So there's this thing called the Stupid Hackathon. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
I wish I'd had time to dig into everything they do, but like it's a one-day event. Participants, they conceptualize and create projects which, the quote is, have no value whatsoever. Which I applaud. I just applaud. So at this event, the Vape-O-Gotchi was introduced to the world.
The Vape-O-Gotchi.
Yeah. You can probably already guess.
Should I guess?
Go on, guess.
No, I think it's a little pet monster a little pet that you carry around and you got to feed it like an electronic pet, but it vapes for you as well. Like you.
Oh, way worse.
Oh.
So
I was thinking Tamagotchi vaping.
It is Tamagotchi vaping, but instead of feeding it and cleaning up its fake shits like you used to do apparently with the original Tamagotchis, you keep it alive by vaping.
That's what the world needed.
Yeah, you're trying to vape.
Oh my God.
So basically, and if you miss it, and as you stop vaping, it will get sick and die.
I didn't think, of all of the vices, I didn't think we need to gamify nicotine consumption. I thought it came with its own properties.
I think it's pretty successful. So these guys went, no, we're gonna go better.
I do want to see heroin that's gamified. Like,
isn't that just heroin?
No, but it's like who what's your day streak? What's your...
Oh, Christ, 900 days in a row, smacked out of my gourd. I suppose possible, if it's good quality.
Junkies out there. Look, inquiring minds want to know.
If you're a junkie / technical researcher.
Yeah, exactly. And my apologies for using such a slanderous term, obviously.
You meant heroin addicts out there?
No, I meant dabblers. Enjoyers of the poppy.
Yeah, the H curious.
Followers of the road.
So a couple of people, Rebecca Zun and Lucia Camacho, they're a couple of New York City-based inventors, and they're also lovers. And they took the idea, apparently in internet folklore, there was something to do with this idea. I don't know what the folklore was, but apparently they took it from there. And they said they'd seen ideas about this on Twitter floating around, but the original idea was that it would guilt trip users into vaping less. Oh. Not more.
Yeah, that's how gamifying always works.
So that basically every time you take a hit, you make the pet sicker and eventually it dies.
Oh, okay.
That was the original idea.
I'm giving that a little bit of credit.
Yeah. And these guys said, no. Let's we can fix that. So they had to give a satirical pitch. Satirical. English is nearly my first language. So they put it as America is in crisis because fewer and fewer kids are vaping. So the device will fix that. That's fucking great. What an ad campaign. So they played to their strengths, right? So one of them's a software specialist with a background at Meta.
Yep.
They handle the code. The other one's a hardware whiz, a former defense contractor.
Okay.
And they built the actual device, the vape with a Tamagotchi creature on it, which is already fabulous. It just makes me so happy. So in theory, the hardware really simple. You get a tiny computer. It measures when the vape is used. It updates the pet's health accordingly. And then the software tweaks the animations, as you'd expect. So basically they say, look, it's not technically a Tamagotchi, but a simplified version. Well, obviously.
Sure.
And it only requires one thing, quote, relentless vape clouds. Relentless.
So I want, it's like those people that I heard people, when the warnings on packets came in and this is what your lungs look like, this is your face after you've smoked a whole bunch. Yeah. I've heard people that for them they can be an incentive. They're like, give me the grossest. Give me the grossest. Yeah. I can handle it.
What you got?
And that makes me sad, but
Well, it's like that brand for a while when they still had, pretty packaging. There was a brand called Death Cigarettes and it was black with skull and crossbones in white. It was like literally.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm sorry,
that is so cool.
It's cool as hell. I nearly took up smoking again.
Just because of that.
Of course, because then you can carry the package around and go.
You could buy a pack and not smoke it.
What?
Like you could just have them rolled up in your sleeve.
I've got that now. Do you know where I would get them though?
Smokes.
Them smokes, the Death Cigs.
I doubt they're still available. I'm sure that our friends in the Public Health Association said no.
Jeez.
Although
so expensive though. If someone had it like that one packet left still in the cellophane wrapping, you're like, that'd be $4 million.
Find it on eBay. Oh my God.
So they went through heaps of versions to try and get this thing right. Like this isn't just like a prototype. They tried.
I thought this was a one-day hackathon.
Yeah, but this is in the build-up to the hackathon.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but okay.
I know, hackathon in theory, they did it all there, but no. Why they call it a hackathon, I don't know, because people care. So they went through heaps and heaps and heaps of attempts. Finally, they had a model that was basically costing about $80 for the vape gear and $50 for electronics. So, it's only $130.
Okay.
And then the DIY spirit took them, and so one of the inventors used a 3D printer to build a case. So now they're using modern tech, making it fabulous. I think it's great. And the first version had to be hooked up to a full-on computer, so it's not really practical. Like, you're at a nightclub, or what the young kids go to, a discotheque.
You got your laptop with you.
Yeah, exactly. You got your laptop and all these wires hanging off. And like, what are you doing? Just having a vape. I want to keep my pet alive. But they started to refine it. And basically they thought, well, this is a bit shit. It's a bit janky, as they put it. There's wires everywhere. It's strapped to a computer. It's gross. It got handheld, but still quite chunky. So they thought, what's the ethos going forward? Make it cuter. Because if you really want to encourage vaping, make it cuter.
So are we making the vape cuter or the animal that's going to die? Like the
whole,
electronic...
Yeah, the animal, the device, just make it all cuter. Like good Tamagotchi. They went ahead and got it. They gave it big fuzzy eyes and stuff, all the Japanese anime kind of good stuff. But apparently you can also click to good mode that helps you cut down, so they weren't total monsters. You can flick, it's like that Simpsons thing where the Krusty doll tried to murder everyone. They said, the problem is you got the switch click to evil instead of good. So they said, though, this is my favourite part. So one thing they found out, after they tested it endlessly at the hackathon, they said they felt like freaking garbage because they vaped so hard. They didn't feel rewarded at the end, they said, because they were both so, quote, diseased from vaping.
They didn't have like a testing machine or something? Like they
they owned their own device. They basically, at the end of the hackathon, they probably vaped like, I don't know.
Thanks. What was it? The useless hackathon?
Yeah, stupid hackathon.
Stupid hackathon. Well, that's great. I feel like if I had more tech skills, I'd be keen to enter that. Like I like that.
And look, I think it's fair to say, as these episodes we're on, you'll probably hear from these people again.
But I feel like, well, yeah, give me more. But I feel like I don't want to make any claims. No. Like I don't doubt I do useless stuff all the time. But I feel like in the modern workplace, I've been sort of optimized to, the vaguely useful just doing work. And my brain hasn't been optimized towards doing useless stuff. And I'd like that a little bit.
Yeah, try harder.
That would be nice.
Lift your game, or rather drop it.